Right now, the hair on your arms can stand straight up for no reason at all, and your brain has absolutely no idea it's doing something 300,000 years old. This is not an exaggeration. Every single time you get goosebumps, tiny muscles at the base of each hair follicle are contracting on command, muscles called arrector pili, and they are running code written for a body you no longer have. Think about that. You're not covered in thick fur. You don't need to trap heat between hair strands. But your body still tries, every single time you're cold, scared, or moved by something. So why does a hairless modern human still run a fur-fluffing survival reflex thousands of times over a lifetime?
Your ancestors were covered in far more body hair than you are, and those arrector pili muscles had a real job. When it was cold, the muscles pulled hair upright, trapping a thicker layer of warm air close to the skin. That's the same reason a puffed up bird looks bigger in winter. This is not an exaggeration. You can watch this exact reflex working perfectly today in a frightened cat. When a cat feels threatened, it doesn't just puff up for warmth. It raises every hair on its body to look larger and more dangerous to a predator sizing it up. Your ancestors had enough body hair for that same trick to actually work. A threatened human, hair standing on end, would have looked measurably bigger and more intimidating to anything hunting them. Two separate survival jobs, temperature and threat, both running through the exact same tiny muscle. The problem is, you lost almost all of that hair a long time ago. Nobody told the muscle. Scientists studying comparative anatomy have found this exact same muscle structure across dozens of mammal species, all doing the same two jobs, warmth and intimidation, in animals that still have the fur to make it work. Porcupines take it even further. The same arrector pili reflex that gives you goosebumps is what raises a porcupine's quills into a full defensive wall in less than a second. You're running the exact same emergency system. You just don't have any quills left to raise. Here's what this actually means for you. That reflex didn't disappear. It just found new triggers. Psychologist David Huron at Ohio State University has spent years studying a very specific version of this called Frisson, the chill you get from a powerful moment in music. Huron's research found that the exact same arrector pili response fires during an emotionally intense swell in a song, a chill-inducing scene in a movie, even a stranger's story that hits too close to home. This is not an exaggeration. Your body doesn't have a separate reflex for emotional overwhelm. It's reusing the same ancient alarm that once made your ancestors look bigger to a predator and repurposing it for the moment a song gives you chills. Same muscle, same reflex, completely different trigger. Huron found something else worth knowing. Not everyone gets frisson at all. Roughly 2/3 of people experience it regularly, and researchers have connected it to a personality trait called openness to experience, meaning some brains are simply wired to let that ancient alarm fire more easily than others. If music has never once given you chills, that's not a flaw either. It just means your particular wiring keeps the volume turned down on a reflex everyone else is running just as ancient as you are. You are not broken. You are not weak. You are just ancient. If this changed how you think about that chill down your spine, hit like before you scroll away. Subscribe if your brain hasn't updated in 300,000 years either. And tell me in the comments, what's the last thing that actually gave you goosebumps?